Hey guys, Matt here with Crypto Blick. Hope you're having a fantastic day today. Today I'm going to give you an update on my Ethereum rigs. So if that sounds good to you, let's hop in and let's make it happen. And drum roll please. So with the recording of this video, the wine I'm enjoying today is Madalena. It is a Cabernet Paso Robles from 2019. I tell you what, I was not expecting this good of a wine around the $20 bottle price tag, but this is actually quite a good cab in this area of California. So if you're looking for more of a Paso Robles wine that is dry, almost full-bodied, this would be a fantastic wine to go for your next meal. But anyways, back to the video and let's keep rolling. So you're probably wondering, why am I doing a video on my Ethereum rig? Why am I doing an update video when the merge is going to be happening about September 14th, most likely on the 15th? Well, for me, it's twofold. The first aspect is that I enjoy documenting what I'm doing. I like to look back on my old videos and see the progression, see the progress, allow you guys to be able to learn from what I'm doing, and maybe you can apply that into your future decisions going forward. But then two, I did find a way to save myself about 150 watts within the software by adjusting some settings. I didn't think I could go any lower than I did. I was able to find some other people on Reddit, on some forums, and even on Discord who had found better settings to use a couple months later. And I put them to the test. And of course, I had to adjust myself and my GPUs because every GPU is different. But if this helps you guys, great, awesome. So anyways, let's jump in right now and I'll show you what I had in the past. So these screenshots here were from February, okay? So February of this year, all right? And you can see the different rigs that are the GPUs I had here. So on the Asus here for the 6700 XTs, I was getting around 83 watts on software, okay? So keep that in mind, 83 about, and then 85 down here on this one. And then I had this power color here. Man, those just take more power. This one is like the ugly duckling of what I have. It's very hard to get below 100 watts, and 110 was stable, and that's where I wanted to keep it. I did not want something that was unstable. These settings that I'm showing you guys are stable settings, so obviously modify them to the GPU you have. But these settings were stable for me. I know they look a little funky at times, but this was what worked. It was stable. But this one, I couldn't get it lower than 100 watts and have it be stable. The 110 was great based on these settings. Screenshot this, guys, if you find this helpful for you. So that was one of my rigs here. And let me go on the other one. Oh, by the way, I want to also point out. So I've got 497 watts on this rig here that I'm using. My second rig, I have 509 watts. So, doing the quick math here, that's 1,006 watts. So I thought personally it was quite high. I know other people were getting lower than I was, but for a while I was like, I'm happy because this is stable. I don't have to touch it. I can check in on it every once in a while. Probably checked on it every day just to make sure, but you didn't have to. But anyways, it was stable. I was happy, okay? And a couple extra wattage, cool, okay, whatever. But I was like, you know what? I can always improve. I can always modify things and see what I can do better. And so, I'm looking at my GPUs here. I'm like, okay, so these power colors here as well. Like these, I was able to get this one down to 90 watts, 95 watts, and 97. So I got below that 100 watt threshold, which was great in my eyes compared to that other one on the other rig. That was about, that 110. And then I have an Asus up here that was at 89 watts, so it was a little bit higher. An MSI was about 88 watts. And of course I had two 6600s, one on each rig, that was getting around 50, 53 watts. Those I left alone because I just couldn't find anything that worked for me settings-wise. So I was like, I'm happy. We're saving some wattage instead of just using factory settings. But what I wanted to focus on here was, the power color and these other MSI Asus GPUs here, and modify these because, okay, if I'm 1,006 watts, it's definitely more at the wall, okay? And so I want to show you guys here. Let's hop on over to the settings I had that I adjusted here. So let's look at prisoner. All right. So this is my most current rig here right now. It says I booted. Well, let's just do a refresh here. Okay. As of recording this, it says I booted this 13 minutes ago. Miner uptime 11 minutes, 28 seconds. That's because I had one GPU that was having a couple stalled shares, I want to say in about, I don't know, a week or so that I had it going from the last update that I did. Probably had, I don't know, anywhere from like 8 to 10 invalid shares. So I wasn't happy with that. So I made a minor change. So just being transparent with you guys. But everything else was fine. Everything else was fine. So if you can see here, I mean, I'm super pumped about what I'm getting. I'm getting 67 watts here on this Asus, okay? And then this MSI, I'm getting 73, okay? So if you remember, let me show you here. So I was getting 89 and 88, okay? So now we're down almost around 20 watts per card in savings, okay? And this is in the software, by the way, all right? And then if you look at my power color here, okay, I'm getting 97, 98, 90. And then, so I got it a little bit lower, kind of high 70s, low 80s, but I found that that was unstable while I was there. Who cares if I can get it at, you know, the low 80s and high 70s wattage wise? But if it's unstable, I don't want to have to, you know, have my rig constantly crashing, having invalid shares. That's not a stable rig. That will not do well when you're mining, okay? And so I was able to get it at a stable level where it was at 94 watts, 87 watts, and 82. That's roughly where it is there. You can see my 6600 has not changed. I just haven't touched it. So you can see already that, okay, so my consumption now is 453 as opposed to the 509, okay? So you can see that I've, you know, what, 56 watts there I've saved already, so that was fantastic there, okay? And all right, so let me show you a little more details of what I did. So you can see, you know, my core value, you can see my VDD, my memory, but let me pull up this here so you guys can take a screenshot of this as well. If this is helpful for you and what you're doing, I do want to say these were not my settings that I came up with out of the blue. Like I said, I found this online through forums, through Discord, through Reddit, and then I modified them myself. I tweaked and tweaked and tweaked. But I would say a big difference I had here, not only through the core clock and the core voltage that I did, but even my SoC frequency and SoC VDD max. Those were some big reasons for why I got the better wattage savings on my rigs, and I didn't have an issue with it, you know, dying on me and restarting and things like that. So go ahead and screenshot this if you'd like. Let me show you another card here, so just so you can see the difference here. So my power color, this one, you know, like I had a struggle here, so I had to bump this SoC VDD max up a little bit. Core clock is a little bit higher. Let me find you another one here. Okay, here we go. So the VDD max here at the bottom, I had to bump to 900 to keep it stable. I noticed that that was allowing me to keep a more stable GPU if I adjusted that one specifically. Let me see if I can show you one other one here. Nope, this is 950, 850 there, so we're good there. And I'll show you what I did for the 6600 XT. So I did not do anything for the SoC frequency or the SoC VDD max there. But these were the settings that I had for my memory clock, my memory voltage. Screenshot that if that's helpful for you. But that allowed me to get a couple, you know, wattage and savings there as well. From what I had when I first started out, let's put it that way. Not from February, but when I first started out, okay? So that is Prisoner. Let's go ahead and do Affinity here. The other one. So as you can see, my consumption was the 497 in the past. We are now at 419, okay? So it's basically almost 80 watts, okay? We're basically looking at 78 watts in savings just on this rig alone. And that really comes down to these Asus 6700s XTs. I mean, I got 66 watts, 67 watts, 66 watts, and 64. Some of these I had down as well as like 63, 64, but they, like I said, they weren't that stable. So I brought it up a tad to where it was stable, but I still had plenty of savings with that wattage. So let me show you here. Let's go ahead and pull up this first one here, so you can see the difference. So still 980 there, 875 on the VDD max as well. Core voltage was 645. Memory controller voltage was 675. All right. And let me pull up, see if this one is any different here. No, pretty much about the same. You can see, core clock's a little different, core voltage. Play around with those settings here. And then, of course, this power color here, my word, it was a similar scenario. It wasn't as finicky as the other one on my other rig, but I still had to adjust. The core clock had to adjust the core voltage, etc., because it just, oh my word, for whatever reason, these power colors, it was like hit or miss with getting the settings down to where I needed them to be. So take it for what you need there. Steal all these settings. I don't care if it helps you save some wattage, help you save some energy. Fantastic. You can see on this power color, one thing I did want to note on the 6600s is that, yes, I could get them lower. I got them down to right around, I could get them even lower to like 43, 44, 45 watts, but they not only were not stable, but my hash rate was no longer in the just above 32 mega hash. It'd be like 29 mega hash, 30 mega hash. I'm like, well, that's not worth it to me. So I left it where it was here. You can see here are my different settings on this 6600. Nothing super fantastic, but steal those, screenshot them if it helps you guys. Okay. And so really, I mean, guys, that's the basic overview. I was super pumped to see that I had 66, 67, and a 64 wattage on these 6700 XTs. It made me extremely excited to go from, I had, like I said, I had about 1,006 watts in the software, and now I'm down right now, currently, as of recording this video, I'm at 871 watts. So to me, I basically saved anywhere from 1 to 2 cards on my rig in savings. That's huge. So I had that here for the last few months. Not since February. Like I said, February was where I was happy where it was currently. And then probably right around the summertime when electricity prices went up, I was able to adjust these settings to get to where I need to get, so for some extra savings. So I was very happy with that. And so as you can see, I'm very happy with what I did with these settings. I hope they are super helpful to you. If they are, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and comment in the comment section below. Be more than happy to help you out in any way that I can. And yes, I do realize that the merge is coming, and it'll be exciting to see what coins I start mining next, to see what you all are going to be doing next as Ethereum moves to proof of stake instead of proof of work. So as always, guys, have an awesome day, and I'll see you when I see you.